Oh, I had to play that because I'm always singing that at the beginning of this category, and you guys, most of you do not know that. So there, I want to just enlighten you with the Wild Thing song. All right, so we're going to do Wild Thing today for 100 category. What did God have Moses do to divide the Red Sea? What did God have Moses do to divide the Red Sea? He had to put up his arms. Remember, when he held up his arms, then the water divided. All right, Wild Thing for 200. What was the name of the food that God provided for the Israelites in the desert? Something special that was God created for this time and this time only while the Israelites were in the desert. Manna. Remember, manna means, what is it? It kind of, the way it's described, I always compared it to Frosted Flakes. All right, Wild Thing for 300. What did God tell Moses to do to get water? What did God tell Moses to do to get water? Do you remember what he had to strike? The rock. We're going to learn about another story later on where God did it differently, but this time he had him strike the water, or the rock, excuse me, to get the water. Okay, Wild Thing for 400. How many years did the Israelites wander in the desert? How many years did the Israelites wander in the desert? Now, there's two possible answers to this. Because remember, there was the first round, and then they didn't believe, and so the punishment was where they had to do a whole nother round. So 40 years, 80 years total. Something that should have took them 2 weeks took them 40 years because they had too many things that they had soaked up from the Egyptians, right? Yeah, God had to teach them so many things. All right, how many spies did they send out to spy on the promised land? How many spies did they send out to spy on the promised land? And if you remember how many tribes there are, that's the answer. How many sons did Isaac have? Remember? 12. All right, and lastly, Wild Thing for 600. Can you name at least one of the 2 spies that believed that God would win the battle for them? So only 2 out of the 12 spies believed that God would take care of them. Isn't that sad? Remember, they were scared of those giants, you know? They were so big. The men were so big. Joshua and Caleb. And if you remember, Moses dies and Joshua becomes the new leader. Joshua and Caleb are the only ones from that whole original group that made it into the promised land because they believed. So the rest of the people had to wander another 40 years. And when they died off, then Joshua and Caleb and those people's children went in. All right, guys. Very good. We only have 2 more categories left, and that will come out. Top 10 will come out next week. Take care. Bye-bye.